Hey guys, it's Isabel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. But before we get to the review, I have an unboxing to share with all of you. I just got this like a couple minutes ago, and then I went to film this and I was like, I can have an unboxing. I can finally unbox something. I mean, I get boxes sent from Justine to, review the books, but I always get too excited about the books and I don't set up a camera or anything. I'm pretty sure I know what this is. An author emailed me saying she was going to send me a book, but I also don't know. I'm going to start opening. Wait, okay. Is that where she lives? I was like I was just in South Carolina. Like, I gotta talk to this lady. Darn it. I was just there. Okay, you guys ready? I was sent by Tara St. Pierre, Just a Few Inches, which is her book. It sounds really interesting. I'm gonna read the back to you guys, okay? All Carrie Roberts wants is to be a little bit smaller, to fit into the perfect dress for the Valentine's Day dance, to look beautiful for her boyfriend, the school star basketball player, to keep his jealous ex-girlfriend, a rival cheerleader, away from him, and to be noticed by her classmates. Exercising and dieting don't work, but an advertisement for weight loss pills promises a quicker solution to her problem. As time runs out, she takes more than the recommended dose until she's just a few inches slimmer. Heads turn when she arrives at the dance, and the wonderful night with her boyfriend is beyond what she dreamed it could be. Days later, Carrie discovers that her body is changing in ways that should be impossible. While her doctor searches for a cure, she desperately turns to her friends and family for support. Oh my god. Everyone is noticing her now, whether she likes it or not, and even the media is intrigued by her incredible story. Getting everything she once wanted has created new problems that are growing more terrifying every day, because Carrie Roberts is shrinking. I'm really excited to read it and to get to it soon. It just sounds really neat, and people have said that it's really good, so I'm excited. So thank you, Tara, for sending it to me and reaching out to us. Now I'm going to delve into my review of Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. I sent out an email to the authors over at the Sweet 16 group of authors, saying that, I run my blog and all that, and if any of them wanted to reach out to me and work with me to promote their book and for me to read it early, to contact me. Kathleen reached out to me. She is an amazing woman. She's so sweet, and she said that she really wanted to work with me on this, and so she sent me through to her publisher and all that, and the book was sent to me. The arc of it. The book and the premise of it is really interesting. So Charlotte is 18 years old, and she is inside a institute where she is dealing with her self-harm, and she's going to all these support groups inside and taking medicine and all that just to help her recover and deal with her past, which you get an idea of but isn't completely told to you in the beginning. And then Charlotte, once her insurance or medical insurance is all up and her parents or her mom can't afford to send her there anymore, she is sent off into the world without medicine or help or any of that, and she is having to live on her own and reestablish her life and find a job and find a house and all these things, with nobody really to help her, and still while dealing with those problems from her past and dealing with her self-harm. I was somewhat nervous to read the book simply because of the topic being so real and harsh. When there's a story this real and this hard, I guess, I was nervous to read it. I found something in this book that I wasn't expecting to find. I found surprisingly understanding, and I connected with some of Charlotte's feelings and emotion and story, and found solace and just a comfort in some of the way her story turns out and the conclusions she has to come to, and things that she, even before the end of the book, sort of begins to recognize and understand about herself and about being a person and about life. It was very pleasantly surprising to find that. I found hope and inspiration, so much willingness for life and to reclaim your life and to live and to start over and to, live for you. It was quite the experience. So I don't want to spoil the book for people, but I do want to talk about factors of this book that I think make it so wonderful and why you should read it. So Girl in Pieces has so many wonderful characters. Charlotte is one of them. She is an amazing main character because she has so much strength, but it's matched with such pure human vulnerability. 1 minute she shows so much strength, and the next the strength is taken away from her by something so simple as seeking human comfort and a relationship with people and seeking love and support. Even though her circumstances or where she's finding that was different, it was so understandable. I think that is so relatable just in any part of life. 1 minute I could feel after finishing maybe a workout or something, just feeling very strong and empowered, and then something happening and, hearing something on the news or something terrible happening and feeling very upset and sad and not feeling very in control of anything anymore, and seeking comfort maybe in reading in a book or in music or in being with family. It was heartwarming in times where she found it in a very positive place, but then heartbreaking in those times where it was in a negative place. It was so much more intense and real that you easily became invested in a way that I haven't with other book characters before. The storytelling in this book is wonderful too, because there's so much going on in her life, and there's a constant, that tug again, and there's so many elements to her, because there's what she's dealing with in her home life, and then there's her work element, and there's her love life, and there's her connection with her friends and her past, and then the connection to the institute that she came from. And there's so much going on in this story, but it never felt confusing. I never felt like we were all over the place in this book. Everything came in when it needed to, and she wove this story together so perfectly. Another thing I really loved about this book was that there's no sugarcoating anything. When there's a scene where Charlotte is thinking about cutting or thinking about her past, or even if she does some sort of violent thing, it's not glossed over. It's told in its true form, and it is recognized the way it should be and talked about by Kathleen in a way where it's right in your face and you have to recognize it and have to understand it and face it, because that's what Charlotte's having to do. Even at the end, when there's hope in the story and when things sort of begin to fall in place, they don't completely. There's still a sense of not everything being taken care of and not everything being completely in its place, but that's okay. She writes this story and tells the story so beautifully and so honestly that it overwhelms you, and you just connect and you resonate with it, and it's told so greatly that it just creates the book. But on Goodreads, I gave this book a 5. It is definitely a 5-star. Just fantastic read. You guys definitely need to check it out and read it. Kathleen has created such a masterpiece, and something that I think is going to sweep across the young adult genre and really hopefully inspire people to share their stories and to write them and to speak out and talk about these things that I think honestly we don't discuss enough, or at least not in young adult literature, which we should, because young adult is such an accepting and open community of readers and of people and genre of storytelling that these stories would fit so well into them, and I think people would read them and handle them with care and learn something from them that they wouldn't learn otherwise. And Kathleen has started that, and phenomenally so, amazingly so. She has done a quite wonderful job, and I have fallen in love with this book and her writing and her storytelling and this character. And I have loved getting to step back and think about the book and carry with me that hope and understanding that I found reading this book and finishing it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review and that you are inspired or really interested in going read Girl in Pieces. You definitely should. I highly recommend it, and I really hope you guys enjoy this book. I will see you all next time. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye!